Welcome back, everybody, to the last segment of the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. You're listening to Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. This is the part of the show where we talk about the NFL.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so we started over with our picks, John.
We did start over, didn't we, Doug?
Yeah, you had a good weekend.
I always have good weekends.
In first place for the playoff picks was none other than John Rogers.
Thank you very much.
3 correct, 1 wrong, followed by Mr. Football, who can't be with us this week, by the way. And Mr. Football had 3 correct and 1 wrong.
So Mr. Football's pulling a Tim?
Yeah. Tim can hear you.
Tim, you're on the line? Oops, sorry.
I'm here.
I meant that with the utmost respect.
You know, I trust Mr. Football, and I enjoy getting better scores than him, too.
Ooh, except for with this weekend, Tim, because
This weekend, no, I had a bad weekend.
me and you stunk the joint up, my friend.
I did.
We both had 1 correct and 3 wrong, so you and I are tied for last place.
Wow.
Anyway, let's get right to it. What are we expecting this weekend? John, do you think about the I don't like weather affecting. If I had my way,
Everything would be in a dome?
everything would be in a dome.
Are you serious?
Or 72 degrees and sunny and no wind. But that's just me.
Oh, that's so boring.
Yeah.
That is so white bread.
What's boring about it? They score touchdowns when it's inside and the temperature is nice.
And oh my gosh, are you serious?
So you agree with me, huh, Tim?
You going to agree with
I'm
Doug?
serious. You watch a game in the snow and it's nobody can run, nobody can catch,
exactly,
nobody can throw.
Exactly.
You know, the biggest play is usually a 5-yard run up the middle. I mean, that's boring.
Oh, and let's all give participation ribbons too, because we want it all equal for everybody.
I don't want it
John,
to
does
everybody,
weather-
but I do like to see athletes performing at their highest level.
John, does weather affect basketball games?
Oh
Does
my
weather affect basketball
gosh,
games?
are you serious? You're seriously
I'm
going to argue
asking
this?
you a question.
You're seriously going to argue
No,
this?
we
Doug?
don't have time. So
Yeah,
here we go.
exactly. Okay, fine.
Okay, speaking of weather, the first game we're going to pick, New Orleans at Seattle. I read it's a 100% chance of rain with 15 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts. With that being said, New Orleans at Seattle. Mr. Football went with Seattle. John?
I'm going Seattle as well.
Tim?
I like the Seahawks, 12th man.
All right, I'm going for the upset, New Orleans.
That would be an upset.
So it would. Indiana at New England. Anybody know what the weather's going to be like in the Boston area? And it's
gonna be
a
cold.
night
Who
game.
cares?
Yeah. Good guess, Tim.
Cold and windy.
Where did you get that deduction?
Wow. Hey, Tim, you want to be our weatherman?
No. I'm not predicting football games. I don't want to predict the weather, too.
No kidding.
It looks like it's going to be nice here, and then it's going to be cold in, north somewhere.
Indiana at New England. Mr. Football went with New England.
Yeah, I got New England as
John?
well.
Tim?
Patriots.
All right. And
No upset there, Doug?
I'm going with New England, too. There's no way that one's happening.
Oh, Andrew Luck.
I don't know. Not in New England.
The luck of the Andrew.
All right, here's the game of the weekend in my book, my opinion. It's the San Francisco 49ers at the Carolina Panthers. Mr. Football went with San Francisco. John?
Yeah, I don't think this is the game of the weekend.
You don't?
No, the 49ers are clear-cut. They're playing better football right now.
Okay, what happened when San Francisco played Carolina in San Francisco? in the
Way back
regular
when?
season?
Way back when?
It was 4 or 5 weeks ago, John.
It was more than 4 or 5 weeks ago, and San Francisco's a much better team, and they've got a lot of players back from India.
Okay, who is Carolina's quarterback?
Doug, are we going to continue to argue this, or are you going to
Who
make
is
your pick?
Carolina's quarterback?
Gee, Doug, I don't know.
Tim, what do you think?
I'm thinking the Panthers.
Are you really?
Yes. I believe in Cam Newton.
Thank you.
Yes, because he's got the best education money can buy.
Ooh. John,
I already picked
I didn't hear you.
the 49ers. Well, that's why you're giving me all the grief, remember?
And I got to go Niners, too.
Oh, so wait a minute. You gave me all that grief, but he agrees with me, Tim. Did you catch that?
Can I change?
Well, I see that.
Can
Good,
I
okay.
change?
You can change.
All right, I'm changing.
Di-
I'm going Carolina.
don't-
Me and you in Carolina, Timmy.
Man, we're gonna give these guys a big edge when it comes time to.
Doesn't that sound like that sounds like a song, doesn't it? You and me in Carolina, Timmy.
Now, what's the weather?
You guys
in
want to be alone?
What's the weather in Carolina going to be like?
Probably
It's going to be
nice.
cold, but not as cold as New England.
Yeah.
Tim the weatherman.
All right.
Or hey, you could be in the traffic copter next to him. That could be cool too.
All right. I think I know where we're all going with this one. San Diego at cold Denver. Mr. Football went Denver. John?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Denver. As much as I'd like to go San Diego Superchargers, I just don't see it happen. I would love to be wrong on that one.
So you're going to be rooting for the Chargers.
I'm going to be rooting for the Chargers, but I'm going to be. I'd be happy to be wrong on that, but I think it's going to be the Broncos.
Tim?
I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, we're all on that one.
You're taking no. Wait, no. Wait a
I'm
minute.
sorry.
No, wait. We're all on that
I'm
one.
the Chargers. Don't give me the Broncos. I'm taking the Chargers.
Tim, I hope you're right, but I just can't do it.
Tim,
You know the cool stat about the Chargers this year?
Which one's that?
The team that has beaten the Philadelphia Eagles to open the season, I think it's been the last 3 years, has went on to win the Super Bowl.
That's not true.
Was it 3 years, 2 years? There's a streak
Because
like that.
the Ravens played, I think this year they opened up with the Eagles.
No, Chargers opened the Eagles.
Then maybe it was last year. No, wait a minute, it wasn't last
you
year.
guys
No,
are trying
wait.
The Ravens opened with the Eagles and beat the Eagles.
You guys need to get a life if you.
I think it's been 2 or 3 years. But anyway,
spend your
that's
time
the streak right now.
figuring this
So if you
out.
beat
Yeah.
the Eagles to open the season, you win the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's it. And suppose you don't beat the Eagles to open the season. Do the Eagles win
And
the
then
Super
you
Bowl?
don't win the Super Bowl.
So, Tim, what do you think is the game of the weekend? I thought it's 49ers of Carolina because I think that's going to be evenly matched.
You know, they're all good. They're all good. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm more interested in the Chargers and the Broncos because I think Peyton Manning's going to have his first round or whatever his first round exit like he normally does. Everybody's high on the Broncos, but Peyton Manning doesn't play well in the cold, in the snow. And
That, how much of that? But okay, let's go back to what we were arguing about. You think that everything should be 72 and
Yes,
sunny, and
yes.
and I, to a certain degree, I will concede that that it's going to be an issue, but I also think that it's an issue for both teams. So it's not like one team's better than the other.
Except, John.
if you have a team that plays in Green Bay, then you've got to have a team that can play well.
But John,
In Green Bay.
what Tim Haddock is talking about, it's a fact that Peyton Manning has a problem in first-round games, and what is the figure? He's only won one game when it's under 32 degrees in his whole career.
that might be it. I also know I think he's 7-9 in first round
I
playoffs.
think he's 79. Yeah, come on.
Got to lose
But
weight.
he
And
has only one
98% of statistics are lies.
How can that be?
Think about it, Doug. Okay, it was an insult.
I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Tim, thanks so much. We'll
All right.
try to get you back next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Sorry for Doug's questionings.
What question?
You never asked Tim what kind of underwear he wears, have you? I'm really glad.
I don't know him well enough.
I'm really, really glad.
All right, everybody. Will you come back and hear us next week, please? 1 o'clock.
That's right. The Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM 1220 KHTS.
See you next week.
Have a great week, Sandy. Clarita.